we have two previous, is that right? Two previous poetry, APDS Slam Masters. Yes, yes. So we have some really, really great poetry coming our way. The poets, as you all know, must have written their poem, and they are the ones that are performing their poem. They may perform either here at the podium, or they may take the mic and perform out in front. So, one last thing, how do we show our appreciation for Poetry Slam? That's right, get those snappy fingers going. All right, since we have so many poets, let's get this slammer going, and we are going to start off, drum roll please, with our sacrificial slammer, Mr. Joseph Lutz. Would you come on down? Oh, come on, guys. Let's give him some noise.
All right, this poem is called This Is What Happens. This is what happens when Mr. Morgan, the school's only published poet, hasn't written anything new in a while. Besides, he's terrified of having people actually read his poems, like really terrified. Imagine a 6-year-old on a high platform trying to make a first dive. Besides, he really only lets people read his poems when he isn't around to hear how they respond. Besides, last year he promised he'd be this year's sacrificial slammer, and look where that got us. Besides, I'm sure he'll be the sacrificial slammer next year. I promise. He promised. I'm convinced it will happen. Wink, wink. This is what happens when Mr. Mims is the 11th grade LCA, but is also the prom coordinator and has AP research presentations and even more AP Lang essays to grade, and has to ensure that our class elections are run fairly and smoothly. Besides, we all know Arun's just going to promise Zaxby's but never deliver on his promise, a la Mr. Morgan. Side note, Mr. Mims isn't scared, just super busy. Yep, you get a poem from the least qualified, least creative, least intelligent English teacher of us all. And we know that ain't good.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Lutz. Oh, he's not even going to go up the aisle. He's going around. Okay. Well, as you all know, Poetry Slam is a random event, which means we don't know who's going to go first. Which one of our lovely lady cavaliers, by the way, that's a slam against you male cavaliers, we did not have anybody willing to put their poetry up there besides Mr. Lutz. So, next year, I hope to see some male cavaliers up on the stage. Okay? All right. So, let's see here. Oh, I think you're a senior. This is your last chance. Is that what you're telling me? Okay. Oh, let's give it up for a freshman brave enough to do this, Miss Nayla Jones. All right.
My poem is called Unspoken Words. She never had a way with words. Maybe that's why he always completed her sentences. At first, she didn't like that he would do that, but she grew to like it. After a while, she grew accustomed to her words being complete, and that became a part of her life. The more she got to know him, she discovered that the world is a delightful place after all. He saw the world through the lens of an innocent child A child who was intentionally looking past the physical and seeing from the heart. That was the difference between them. When she saw the world, she would see a person putting on a lot of makeup on to impress others. Right after the person came home and took their makeup off, they didn't even recognize who they were. After meeting him, she saw the world from a different point of view. He helped her to not pay attention to the worst in mankind, but the best in people. And when she did that, she became happier. He was like the sunshine to her rain, and the result of that sunshine was a rainbow. The rainbow represented the happiness he had given her in life. But as long as it wasn't cloudy, she could always see the rainbow. But just like the clouds that covered the sun, the world covered him, which covered her happiness up. Dirt covered him up, just like the evil that covers this world. But from her tears sprouted a flower that was him, a flower that would never cease to exist. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, Ava. Oh, I see those snapping fingers. What a cropper. Oh, we're going to the other end of the spectrum. Miss Elizabeth Bender, class of 2024.
My poem is called Trying to Help. What things should I say, and how should I say them? What cards do I have today, and how should I play them? I want to solve your problems. Mine don't matter right now. Your trials are much tougher. We'll both get through somehow. No, did I say something wrong? I'm just trying to help you. We have to be strong. I clutch my mobile phone as I wait to hear from you. I'm hardly mobile, though, as I think it all through. What if you lost? And I lost you? What if you failed? That means I failed you. I'm sorry, I should have been better. My eyes wouldn't be getting wetter and wetter. Nothing can change the way that you are, and I don't want anyone to try. I just want to help change the way that you feel, so we don't have to see each other cry. But no matter how deeply they're buried, those feelings just won't disappear. No matter how well they're disguised or they're hidden, that much at least always is clear. And then, when the happy facade falls apart, they'll see the never-changing, ever-aching heart.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Now remember, poets are being judged on the poem, and their vocal presentation of it. I see some arms back there, but I did get someone on that side from the class of 2025, so... 2024, I'm sorry. I'm done, that's it, okay. Great. No, it is not. All right. We have another great representative of the class of 2027, Miss Josie Crawford.
Okay, so is Miss Davis here? There she is. Okay. This one's to you, Miss Davis. Mean Miss Davis. We try to fire her because, well, she's the biggest liar. Why I dislike Miss Davis? Well, let me begin. 1, her smile. The kind that brings the sun out on a rainy day. I like rainy days. Especially when we have tests on those days. Just not tests for Miss Davis. 2. She's not basic enough. She adds color to a dull room full of students that she obviously hates. Also, she talks about us behind our backs. One day, I overheard her calling me sweet, and then the next day, she told me that, Rodolfo, I could dance like that. Well, what's that supposed to mean? 3, well, maybe I've got it all wrong. I came on a little too strong. Miss Davis isn't that funny, but she doesn't do it for the money. I definitely aced the test I took 2 hours ago, before I spoke this message in this poem, before I talked to Mr. Clemens about firing mean Miss Davis. He said that we can't fire her, even after the 24-page essay I wrote about her. He gave me extra homework and told me to write out the good and bad of awful Miss Davis. So, Mr. Clemens, here's what I brought. Good things. Extra credit. She reminds me of Elsa. She looks good without mascara. She has chickens. She didn't let her house burn down. She doesn't frown. She took a picture of Eeyore for me. She has really pretty blue eyes. And she hands out free hugs anytime. I realize Miss Davis isn't that bad. I'm even glad she's my teacher, because the only bad thing about her is she's too good to be true.
I wonder if next year we could get Miss Davis to write about, I don't know, Josie. You never know. All right, I think we ought to welcome. Okay. Ooh, we have a new student that's an upperclassman but has never seen poetry slam. Let's welcome Miss Alexis Salazar.
The title of my poem is Yes You Let It Happen. Yes you let it happen. You shaken by the earthquake of 1,000 voices. You blinded by the deadly fog of racing horror. You overcome by an avalanche of jealousy and desire. You swept in by the waves of societal pressure. You submerged by the tsunami of ignorant souls. You drowned by an ocean of tears and bloody labor. You engulfed by the fires of anguish and shame. You seared by the eruption of grieving resentment. You singed by the inferno of pathetic vigor. Yes, you let it happen. You as you saw me but did not see my wounds. You as you heard me but did not see my cries. You as you knew me but did not know of my sorrow. You as you met me but did not meet my fate. You as you worked but did not view my labor. You as you smiled but did not look at my frown. You as you went but did not see me squander. You as you soared but did not see me collapse. You as you were remembered, I forgotten. Yes, you let it happen.
Thank you so much, Alexis. We are delighted that you are a cavalier. All right, let's see. I think we should do, well, the freshmen have never seen poetry slam. So, do we have a freshman that wants to draw a name? You'll draw. Okay.
This is my poem, Sirius. In some distant universe, there is a star. The brightest in the Canis Major, the star that takes your hand and engulfs your charred heart, spreading ash that fills the solar sphere. Carousels know the inextinguible feeling of stuck without a lollipop-licking rider or an adult to stand on the moving seat. Spinning and spinning, but not moving because the ticket at the entrance was too expensive and the cherry Coke she bought you was more than a penny because it's not 1950. And love can't exist in a universe that doesn't want it. It wants dopamine. Baby, just one more push. It wants ceiling fans and aesthetic glasses. It wants yellow icons with a tag on it. It wants nothing more than to not want you. It is easy. What's not easy is pushing that carousel that was promised to never work. You gather at the zoo at night to fix this mangled operation. It wants you to push until your arms can't bear the weight of heartbreak, where each animal weighs the size of unimaginable rejection. And I never said it was easy. It's not easy. And in the end, I guess that's love. Unmovable, so solid at its foundation that even when you can't get the carousel to start, at least you have a cherry Coke and a friend. Baby, just one more push. And maybe one day you'll shove it right off a cliff, or it you, and when your muscles have grown and you've aged so that you don't need a spinning object to reaffirm how much you're willing to give, but instead the touch of someone's hand on your lower back saying, baby, just one more push. It all reminding you that one day you'll wake up next to the brightest star in the night sky. Thank you.
I wish to live my life as do the great trees on the stony mountains, to break the rock beneath my roots, force the very earth to see my might, to fight my way from seed to sapling, and once tall, know I've earned that height. Know that I've stolen it from moments of sun and rain and breeze, to be a home for the small things, the mice and the birds and the bees. I wish to join in the greatness of the oaks and the redwoods I see, to reach out and entwine my branches with theirs, know they stand head and shoulders with me. And when I fall from this great height, let my trunk not break with age, my branches not snap under snow, but let me fall from my very base. Let my roots uproot the grass and dirt and leave a hole behind. Let me shake the ground I strike, let me set the world unaligned. And please let me not crumble from the weight that I bear. Let me fall for having reached too high. Let me grow so tall the earth pulls me down. Let me die with my hands to the sky.